It's time for another Out of Bounds Rewind with Bo Bounds on ESPN 105.9, The Zone.
Brad Edwards on the Out of Bounds show in the Modelo guest line. All right, let's talk about let's switch gears. We got about 3 minutes here, maybe 4. You were with ESPN for 25 years, all into the world of college football. And now you just wrote a book, Dynasty by the Numbers. And tell our listeners about what, if they get it, what they can expect.
Yeah, so what I would say for those listening, obviously there are a lot of people listening who are not Alabama fans. But if you know Alabama fans, if they're in your family or you have friends or have a client who's an Alabama fan, it's a great gift, okay, as we're inching closer to the shopping season for Christmas and all that. And the book is about how dominant Alabama has been in the Saban era, specifically starting 2008. And then looking at the last 13 years, or if you want to go 12 years, they've won 6 national titles in the last 12 years. It's not a book that you read. It's filled with charts and graphs to give you visually a perspective on where Alabama has been compared to everyone else in the sport. And just 2 quick examples. These are some things that I updated from the book that I just put on social media this week. Actually, after Saturday's game, and this will be a fun subplot to keep up with in the first quarter with the Ole Miss game. Alabama has not trailed at any point in its last 53 quarters of play. It was the third quarter of the Georgia game last year. So they've gone 13 full games plus 1 quarter without ever trailing, even 3-0, 7-0. They've never been behind on the scoreboard. It's the longest streak since 1950. For any team to not trail, okay? And so I tweeted that out on Saturday night, and I had an Alabama fan tweet back at me. He said, we better win the coin toss and get the ball first on Saturday because that streak's going to come to an end, or at least it could. And then another
Kiffin
one
will take the ball. Go ahead.
And another one I tweeted on Sunday after the poll came out. Alabama's now been ranked number 1 in 104 of the last 208 AP polls, so 50% over 208 polls. That is by far the longest stretch for any team to be ranked number 1 in half the polls. The second longest, Pete Carroll's USC teams were ranked number 1 in 42 of 84 polls. We're talking about 84 versus 208. That's how dominant this has been. And the book is it's filled with information like that to just give you extra perspective well beyond winning 6 national titles in 12 years. Other numbers to just kind of quantify how dominant Alabama has been during this stretch.
BamaDynastyBook.com. BamaDynastyBook.com. You probably hadn't had a lot of LSU buyers.
No. We have had a shortage of book purchases in the state of Louisiana for a while.
I saw your post.
For a while,
Facebook.
It was the lone holdout in the deep South was the state of Louisiana, but I've had a few since then. There are Alabama fans down there, but I think they were censoring the internet to make sure they didn't find out about it or something to that effect.
BamaDynastyBook.com. We got a minute or so. What was it like? I mean, writing the book, like the process.
Yeah, it was fun because it required research. Like there were a lot of things that I had to just dig into, things that I didn't already know. And I thought there was going to be something there, and then in some cases it turned out to be way better than I expected it to be. And then on top of it, look, I spent the last 25 years just studying and talking about college football. I never had to do anything resembling business. I self-published this book, so I had to learn about the publishing business. I had to learn about taxes and things like that as far as running a business, and so it's been a lot of fun.
Brad Edwards on the Out of Bounds show. Find his book, BamaDynastyBook.com. That's BamaDynastyBook.com.
Don't miss one moment of the Out of Bounds show with Bo Bounds. Weekdays, 7 a.m. till 10 a.m. on ESPN 105.9, The Zone.